again.
Never, mate. Never.
How are you?
I'm real well. I'm really well. It has been a banger of a week as usual. We have put, it's been, organised, structured, bloody busy. It's been, productive. It's been really good. Really, really good. How are you guys going?
Mate, we're good. You just asked us a little question before. I'm like, would you say something like, have you guys shared the camera before? I'm like, not that often.
Robbie's like, I need my space.
Hey, welcome to the last live Q&A of the year, everyone. Benny Hinton's in the house, TW Sammy. I tell you what, you two legends are starting to get very, very good at being there first. Kenny Herman, great to see you again, mate. This is our last Q&A for the year, so happy to draw off a little bit about all things property, but we've got a bit of a special treat for you. There's going to be a rolling series of guests come on, i.e. everyone in sort of the Axon community, you guys, know, love and follow on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis are going to jump on and say hi to everyone.
Hopefully,
so it's going to be really...
If all the tech gods work and all the marketing
the sequencing
make their wonders and everyone's internet works, I guess.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great opportunity. I know that everybody out there in our community, they know that there is this team of people in the background that are rowing hard every day to produce the things that Robbie and I are able to, get up on Facebook and bang about and, get all the accolades for and stuff. So I'm really, really excited for the team to have an opportunity to come on and say good day and, let you know how they feel about the year and what they're looking forward to next year. It'll be really good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It
has been such it does get to this time of year and you start to do this reflections on the year that was. We are as a team very good at not only projecting forward and setting goals and stuff like that, but we are also very good at reflecting on how far we've come. And this year, it's been like no other.
That is true.
But we've also achieved so much. It's going to be great to have the team come on, but also, some of the things that we've achieved in terms of awards, in terms of growth, in terms of having new team members start, internal training, and there's so much that's happened and so much positive stuff. You can get to this time of year and you're just like, it's been a year, but I've loved every minute, most minutes.
Luke, you're a very, very avid UFC fan. What does Conor McGregor say at the end of every fight that he loses?
Is it who the fuck is that guy? Is that
no. You win or you lose. Sorry, you win or you lose. You win or you lose.
I knew where you were going, Robbie. I was just
thank you, mate. Thank you. You're not
and Robbie and I on a daily basis we will fault correct each other and we will go through being better, all in the name of being better, because none of us take it on, none of us take it to heart. We win or we learn and we take those lessons away.
So good. I love the thing you spoke about reflection. So team, just to give you a little insight as far as like a little ritual that we're going to put in place. So tomorrow we're going to have our sort of end of year lunch. I feel like we've had a retreat, we've had dinners, we've had fucking this and that, but it's coming to an end, I promise. So we're going to go out.
We love that. That's our love language, I think.
That's our role. We do like a nice lunch, a bit of a getaway, and a bit of a late dinner. So all three of those things are coming again soon. But we're going to sit together tomorrow, and I've asked the team to come up with answers for 3 questions. So, what is your most memorable moment of 2022, and why? So I'm looking forward to doing a bit of a round circle and sharing that. What's one of the trends that you've observed over 2022, and why has that sparked your interest? Talking about build prices, talking about land availability, talking about build timeframes, talking about client dynamics, whatever. So I'm really interested to get an insight into everyone's sort of mindset there. And the last question I'm really looking forward to understanding is, what's everyone's intention for the break this year? Think about the last 2 Christmases have either been hard lockdown, borders closed, or very high sort of restrictions. And, there's a lot of family members that, none of us have seen for a long, long time. So I know personally you and I.
As well, though, I've heard a lot of people are staying local or not going away. And just, I think everyone, even though we're no longer restricted, people are still like, I just want to stay at home.
So good. All right, let's, so actually just on that point, if you are a client and you're rolling through the Gold Coast or Southeast Queensland, please reach out to someone. Let us know you're in town. And if you're around fuck, I've driven out to the Macca's on the highway and bloody had a coffee with people before where they got their Billy Lids in the back with the caravan and they're continuing on up to bloody Townsville or whatever. So it's really, it's a real optimal time. Like if you've been working and engaging and following us for the last however long, then come and poke me in the face and you can see that I'm real and I'm just a bullfed in real life as well. You get to see that all the time, and so do you, Luke. So the very first person I'd like to bring on, please, she needs no introduction. She is the one and the only, the fabulous master of all things finance, Debbie Roethlisberg. Come on, Deb. Hello.
What an age. What an age.
I still don't know how to respond to your intros. They're just
they're off the cuff, mate. That's what it is.
You sound like I've been talking a lot this week.
sorry.
You sound like me. I've been talking a lot this week.
Yeah, it's that pre-Christmas crunch. It's a little insane at the moment. I was looking after my 23-year-old daughter from Thursday night last week at 8 p.m. when she rang me upset, and I finally took her home on the Sunday afternoon at lunchtime. So I think I'm hoping that that's not a little bit of her crud going on. So
Me too, buddy. Me too. So you sound like you could have a alternate career.
yeah, it doesn't sound like that for me.
No, I was just going to say, because Deb is so fabulous, I bought a bunch of party poppers to blow off when Deb was introduced, but I forgot them in the kitchen. So that's why I just was really excited. That's all.
Fantastic, Deb. How's your year been, darling? Like
Yeah.
I know it's been exciting. It's been dynamic. I know there's been lots of changes, but and obviously we've got to the end, and you've done an amazing job. So much love in the chat coming through here. Thank you so much for everybody.
Yeah, so much
From
love.
your point of view, how's the year been?
It's been trying, to be honest. It's we've had challenging years in the past with high interest rates, and we're obviously back at that the end of this year, entering back into that cycle. But I think like you guys have talked about it a lot in the environment. We've had challenges with build, with pricing, trades. We feel that from a finance perspective as well. There's been some delays in construction payments for that perspective as well. And clients that, even first home buyers, they were enticed into the market with all these different opportunities and grants, but never seen an interest rate over 3%, and now we're in the 5s. So it's been heartbreaking to sort of hear some of our clients' challenges. But it's also been incredibly rewarding to be able to get them across the line and to be able to achieve to have an asset in this class. So it's a whole mixed bag. I'm looking forward to 2023. I'm looking forward to a break at Christmas.
Good stuff.
But yeah, it's been an amazing year. Thank you.
Can I comment on that? Sorry, our teammate. Can I comment? For those of our clients that are out there and watching this right now, you can see the absolute passion, care, devotion that Deb has going into every single one of our clients' circumstances. You can see how much she cares when she talks about the trying times through the year. It's because she gives a fuck about your case. She cares about you.
Yeah, that's a technical term for care.
We have a few of those words in finance too. Yeah.
I have the absolute privilege of being extremely close, very good friends with Deb, socially, personally, family-wise, and I know you and I comment a lot just how much this lady has grown. You're well into your second year now of being your own business owner. You've grabbed your chips in life like we've done and put them all on the table. It really, really ups the ante from a risk perspective. So, yeah, hasn't it just been wonderful to see Deb's growth and more people in her own business now?
Personal and professional this year. We've had a big year and it's been amazing. So look out 2023.
Definitely.
This was 2022. It's very exciting.
Fantastic. Hey, Noah, can I throw a little curveball here? I said that there's the one and the only, and there is only one and the only, Deb. But can we also bring on the other one and only, whilst we're all here on the screen so we can have four of us, bring on the wonderful, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jace Cosgrove. Come on, my man. Good to see you, mate.
Hey, guys, how are you?
The other one and only. No, look, I literally did my last 2-hour coaching session last night with the wonderful Kaz and Dave. And I said, look, we're going to put the plan together. We're going to create the strategy. We're going to do the timeline. We're going to come up with a proposal. But the key advisors and the key regulatory people from a legal perspective that you're going to speak to are you two amazing humans here. And when they worked out that Axon's not just a coaching firm, we've actually got those key advisors on a hair trigger to come into someone's plan. They just felt so much more at ease. You know, Jace, your ability to have the financial planning and the acumen and that overall sort of go-to man for all things finance, as well as being a Top Gun accountant, is a real feather in your cap, mate. And ultimately, Deb, no one gets to speak to Jace unless you get their finance approved because they don't have a property to talk to them about. So it's a very cyclical nature. Jace, how's your year been, mate?
It's funny, mate. When you asked Deb how a year was, I was like, wow, how has the year been? Because it's been a strange one for me, mate. Some really high highs and some big things I'm working on. But like Deb, I spent more sleepless nights watching the US stock market, earlier in the year heading south. And, I treat my clients' money like it's my money. So I ride, with the punches, and I've got my own money invested the same way our clients have got money. And you've got your money invested, mate. And, and when it goes down, and we were down 20% at one point during the year, and, I feel it, and I feel it for the single lady who's 64, who's working an extra couple of years to retire. And I'm just like, wow, this is no fun. But, on the overall side of it, mate, I was thinking about it yesterday, not preempting this chat, but just thinking, it has been a good year. We're going to finish off the year in a good place. I am looking forward to a break, mate. I have hit a brick wall. I'm not going to lie. I was intending to finish up next Friday, and I'm off this Friday. I just can't go anymore. I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm looking forward to a few weeks. That's it, mate. You're lucky I'm here. Is the reality of it. Mate, I'm looking forward to a break, mate. That's the truth. I'm looking forward to a few weeks.
Time with those beautiful kiddos of yours.
Yeah.
There's going to be some surfing and some golfing and some, relaxing.
Jason, tell me, what's it like to work with an Axon client? What's it like to be introduced to someone that comes out of the sometimes it comes into the front end, whereby, like I said to you today, Kaz and Dave are not going to commence the acquisition process until they do the software modeling program with you, because that suits their life, their age, their circumstances. Some people just like, we're good, we're going to roll straight into it, pop out the back end, got our first property, then they start doing some projections. So it's a real, and everything in between. Honestly, I've heard it before, but I'd love for you to explain for our community, please, mate. How do you feel when you get the opportunity to speak to someone that's come through the Axon channel?
Mate, you said what's it like to work with an Axon client? The one word answer, mate, is easy. It is easy to work with you guys. If we're doing a tax return for an Axon client and we say, hey, we need this document, that same day, that like other clients, like normal people, and I don't mean that disrespectful to anybody. Yeah, civilians, mate, they'll take fucking 3 weeks to get your paperwork back. Whereas Axon clients
always gets me actually
the same day, mate. And it's brilliant. The guys in the office love dealing with Axon clients because it is easy. It is easy, mate. They're empowered. They have direction. They have focus. They have a goal. We're happy to be privileged to be part of the journey. But, mate, the answer to your question is it is easy to deal with Axon clients.
We really do have amazing clients.
You do, really. Trust me. Deb will agree.
Absolutely. Yep. It's an honor and a privilege, and I say it every day.
TWC Sammy said, as an Axon client working with Jace, it's reassuring to know that the people you trust with your livelihoods are the same people you refer us onto. That's that whole skin in the game, point of view there.
And we kind of went by, why would we be referring to someone that we don't trust ourselves? And we use the services so that we know the experience that our clients are going to get as well. So we've used both of your services, why wouldn't we?
Yeah, it's interesting, Jason, Deb. Neither of you come from a military background, and the whole military channel, and understanding. Like Deb, you're an expert now of working out pay slips. You know how to work the taxed and non-taxed RA space. You know how to work out the salary deductions and what Jace, you're now all over MSBS Super and the other various types, ADF Super, etc. So it's a very unique space. Luke, you would agree that when someone comes to us and says, look, am I going to speak to an external service provider? The first question they ask is, do they know about defense stuff?
That is absolutely one of the first things. So coming through the planning process that they go through with Axon, of course, it's very structured around what a military planning process would be. And so when we talk about bolting those, force multipliers on, which you guys are, you know, they always ask, do they understand military circumstances?
Mm.
Always.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool when you can say, yeah, we've got about 400 current and former military
Yes.
personnel in our force.
Just a tad.
Well, it's true. Like
It's true.
Even we've started to pick up. Deb's now talking in some acronyms.
Yeah.
Throw a couple of acronyms in there every now and then.
Can I say to the both of you on behalf of all of our clients, and I can say this on behalf of the clients because most of you know
used to be one.
before I put my Axon cape on and came to work, I was and still am a client of both of you. So thank you so much for the dedication that you give us. Thank you so much of your heart and soul that you put into absolutely everything you do to make that, that journey for our clients super simple, easy, and fill up their confidence bucket. Thank you.
My pleasure, mate.
Well said.
All right.
Absolutely.
Jason, Deb, have an amazing Christmas. I know you wish the same exact same for all of our community. And
Yes,
you absolutely
mate,
both of you
100%.
to leave deserve an amazing break. Please look after yourselves. Have some downtime. Jace, wish you have a couple of boozy lunches. Let's play a game of golf. Let's have some bloody billiards. Let's have a bit of scotch. Everything which people that don't have work the next day. Remember, we're about to enter into a stage team where every day is a Saturday for 3 weeks. Yeah, good.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye.
See you.
Thanks, Deb and Jace. See you later, team. Yeah, Luke, well said, mate. I'll tell you what, there's look at the love in the chat there, and it's so comforting, mate, you and I as the coaches, when we know that, like, all right, now you're going to speak to Jace, or now you're going to speak to Deb. They're not going to be derailed off onto some fucking crazy plan that someone's broker's come up with. Like some other clients I spoke to last week, they're like, oh, my mortgage broker's got a recommendation about buying a property. I'm like, stop fucking talking about your broker about property. Talk to them about finance, not fucking houses. Like they're not the same. It's a conflict of interest, in my opinion, anyway. So it was it's very, very refreshing to see.
I also love the way that whilst we are separate business, we are for the clients, they are a part of the Axon Property Group. I just love the way that the process that we go through now is so synchronized with those support mechanisms that are in place that it is just a seamless event for our clients. I love that.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, it's the greatest risk we face is that when we have someone have one of our clients speak to someone who doesn't wear an Axon shirt.
Yep.
Like if they have a shit experience with any service provider, whilst they're not going to blame us, it's a chink in our armor. We're like, oh, that didn't work out well. So, me especially, I know you're certainly coming onto it now as you coach and mentor and oversee some of your clients to go deeper down to the acquisition rabbit hole. As soon as you hear that, they're not having a good experience with one of our bloody service providers, your size 10 will be in someone's ass fixing that issue straight away.
But because it's so like it's the whole journey and there's a lot of others in our space that the first thing, they just want to like flog off a property or whatever they want to do, but they don't care if you're about your journey. They don't care about who they're referring to you to. They don't care about the ongoing. They flick you off to, okay, I've done my part, see you later.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tam, go. Sorry.
And we're super proud of that's why we are, like that's why we do what we do, and that's why we are who we are, is because we care about not just like doing a property transaction. That means very little to us, really. It's the whole journey. It's making the plan. It's seeing their whole situation. Is this the best fit for you? Is this the best direction? Is it like just I'm super proud of that's where the business is.
I had a coaching session earlier this week whereby I went through the business process, of course, as we always do as the first step. And when I started going past the sale of the property, they were like, wait, what? Wait, hang on. What you're gonna keep supporting me? And I said, of course, that the sale of the property is not the point for us.
Yeah.
So the point for us is to allow you to secure your financial future.
Yeah. What a great segue.
Yes. Speaking
Let's
of
bring-
ongoing.
I spoke about Jace being a myth and a legend before. This lady
You
has
say that about everyone. You're going to be in trouble here.
This lady has come into our life about 13 or 14 months or so ago, and it's totally transitioned the way that we now
our life.
into the
It's
Axon life about 13 or 14 months ago, and it's really transitioned the way we think about the longer term support of everyone. Noah, please bring in the one and only Angie Paradise. Hello.
yeah.
Christmas.
Reindeer.
Super cute.
How are you,
Love
Angie? I know you have so much love for Deb and Jace as well. What was it like sort of listening to them jaw off for the first little bit with us?
Oh my God, I love Auntie Deb and Uncle Jace. So good. It was really good. We caught up with them for lunch today. So yeah, it was amazing to see them on again tonight.
Good. Angie, you've got 15 years experience in the property management space. You are one of our very dear friends outside of here, and you've been with us for just over a year now. How's your year been?
And we met through that real estate experience.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
How's your year been, mate? Basically, really digging your heels into speaking to people that have finished a build, and then making sure that the longevity of them from a relationships perspective is absolutely being held to the highest regard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a whirlwind. It's been a year of fun, a year of growth, a year of meaningful relationships. And I really love how Jay said too, how easy Axon clients are and how amazing they are, because
Very
it's
good.
something that I really felt even before joining the Axon team as one of the referral partners. I was able to work with so many of the Axon clients, and I used to say to all my team, oh my God, Axon and Axon clients, that they do not compare to anybody else. So now that I'm here, I'm starting to actually work even closer to the clients now.
That's good, mate. What's your highlight been through the year?
Ooh, I actually
One
really.
out for me.
There has been so many, but the first thing that actually sprung into my mind was when we all listened to the Resilience Project.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we all then sat around as a team, and we were incredibly vulnerable. We were open, and I really felt like that brought us even closer together. And the other highlight has been jumping on calls with clients. It has been amazing catching up with clients at the end of build process. So they've gone through the whole process with the build support team, and then being with Luke and Robbie with the clients, hearing about their feedback. It's been amazing.
It is a very special opportunity that primarily you and I have had the chance to do over the last 6 months or so, is jump on and like, hey, you've just finished your first, second, third build with us, whatever it is, how you're feeling. And it's just, there's nothing other than praise. And even with 100 days of construction, delays and whatever else, isn't it amazing that once those delays are over and you've got a tenant in there and they're paying, like, all that just washes off everybody. So thankfully everyone's just had such a really good attitude about it.
It's funny, I forgot actually about that Resilience Project, and I was like, that just reminded me of that, because and that was one of the two, I think, because we also did the Beyond Blue Mental Health Day as well, and we stood around and we answered some of the tabletop question cards that they'd given us to have, really open and vulnerable and meaningful conversation around mental health and just how we're feeling and things. And the way our team just is so trusting and vulnerable and open and caring and loving, it's so amazing. And I just love those, both of those experiences. You're right. Having those times of vulnerability just made us so much closer together.
Luke, you sit closest to Angie in the office space, the configuration at the moment. What's it like to this bloody legend?
It is absolutely fantastic. Angie and I have got a wealth of experience, but in two different worlds. And so it's amazing to have someone so level-headed, someone so considered, to be able to bounce things off. Angie always puts a positive spin on a shit sandwich, which is amazing. She puts hundreds of thousands sprinkles on top of it, mate. No, in all seriousness, I am eternally grateful for your friendship first and foremost, mate. But having the opportunity to just go into problem sets with you and get a very different perspective on it, I'm eternally grateful for that, buddy. You're amazing to work with.
Great stuff. Angie, what do you want to say to the community before you hop off, buddy?
Oh, that I love you all. I'm so excited for next year, and to like I said, this year has been about forming meaningful relationships, but I can't wait to get to know clients even more at a more deeper level, and bring it on.
Love it. Well done, Angie. I love it. Also, team for FYI, Angie, pretty much joins Tamara and I at sort of some of the more senior executive decisions that we make in the business. So yeah, you're absolutely our right-hand woman. Thank you for that, and we love having you there. All right, off you trot. Next one on, please, Noah. Righto, Dave Simpson, come and join us, buddy.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Listeners, sometimes caller.
He just said Dave Simpson, and our dogs have just gone mental. Like,
Yeah, they know.
and then you just say Dave, and they're like,
Dave's dogs, the dog whisperer. How's your year been, buddy?
Mate, it's been good. It's been a lot of different things happening, a lot of different elements in the building space, which has been a little bit tricky for us. We saw the end of COVID lockdowns, which was bloody fantastic. Still a bit of it getting around. We had a few people off crook recently. But we've also seen the Reserve Bank with 8 consecutive bloody interest rate increases, which scared a lot of people. Interest rates increasing so much from such a low point put a lot of fear in a lot of people, and a lot of people were concerned and actually didn't pull the trigger, but they backed out of securing properties. And I was actually sitting beside James just a couple of days ago, and he was speaking to a client about that specifically. And in comparison from where we were at 2 and sub 2%, it does look like we're at high interest rates, but we're actually very close to the average across the last 20 years now. So for people looking at it from 2% and looking up at like 5 and 6% interest rate, it does look high. But for example, when I first started investing in property, something like 15 years ago, my interest rate was over 8%, or something like 8.5%. So I love interest rates at the moment. Well, I don't love them. I'd like to get lower. But for me, I've seen this and higher before within the last 15 years.
You got that really good perspective.
perspective. Yeah, I would say the same. I got excited in my first property because I got something with a 5 in front of it. It was a high 5, but it was because back then it was over 6, or that was super high. So that was super low. I mean, and so to look back now, but it's such good perspective. And what a year, huh?
Yeah, it's been good.
Dave, I just want to give you a public shout out, mate. I know one of the more challenging things that you had to do in the first 5 or 6 months of the year, it's really dropped off now, thank fuck, was communicating to clients that there's been a price rise in their contract. The builders have come back and said, look, the fixed price contract that you signed 9 months ago, we can't build a house now. It's going to be 60 grand more. We'll take care of 45 of that. Mr. and Mrs. Client, can you guys tip in 15? And, it was a very, very tough period for everybody. We were trying to make sure that the builders that were working in the Axon posse weren't going to go under. So it was one of those, hey, sure, we can back a builder against the wall from a fixed price contract, but that's all well and good if he goes tits up halfway through the build. That's another term for goes under. So, you and your team, and Damo, when he joins us in a second, have showed amazing composure, amazing professionalism, and just amazing communication skills to be able to not convince, but effectively communicate the circumstance to everybody to make sure that there's the best outcome for all parties. So, mate, you did a phenomenal job,
Having
and well
tough
done.
Conversations with care and empathy, and with everyone's best interests.
Luke, you'd only just joined us, doing a bit of OJT, a couple of days a week back in the March, April period. What were your first impressions of that, like Warren Officer Dave, when you first came in?
I was literally just about to give him another public shout out and say thank you for your level head. Thank you for not getting frustrated with me. Thank you for all of the time and consideration that you put into it, and the preparation that you've put into it not before my arrival, of course, but the preparation that you've put in place for people to enter the business and be onboarded in such a smooth and well-considered way that covers off on everything, mate. It was reassuring. Not that I had any doubts, but it was reassuring walking into an organisation that just, walked, talked, and smelt like something I could recognise, and that something was an educational process. Walks, talks, and smells like.
Yeah, mate. With 21 years, bloody Army experience and a lot of training involved in there, it's something that really does come second nature to me, being able to present information and pass it on in such a manner that isn't condescending, or it isn't like talking down to anybody. It's talking at their level and allowing them to take the time to absorb the information and then be able to facilitate what they're learning.
You're the ultimate Warrenossa, Dave. Every business needs one, mate, and we are so grateful to have you on our
Yes, we love
team.
you.
What do you want to say to everyone, mate, as you head off on your well-deserved break?
Yeah, I just want to thank all of the Axon crew, first and foremost, but obviously all the Axon team members as well. Thanks for putting your trust in us, and thanks for allowing us to help you achieve your goals of creating wealth through property. It's something that I and everyone at Axon fully believes in. I've been, like I said, I've been investing for 15 years. I'm almost about to, or I am transitioning now to buying my own house. That's the next sort of 3-year focus for me, which is very exciting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing in 23 of doing exactly the same, continuing to help all of our Axon members achieve their dreams.
Mate, and I'd hope you don't mind me sharing. Too bad, I'm going to anyway. But you and your wife Kira, you added another high-quality investment property to your portfolio this year. So that's something you should be really proud of, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
right smack bang in the middle of the heart of where so many other Axon clients are doing. So that skin in the game point that someone else brought up before, I think might have been Sammy. Dave, you're walking and talking and smelling like that all the time.
Dave doesn't smell, by the way, mate. He
just
does
said-
not smell. It's a
Then he
metaphor.
said, careful that a headhunter doesn't steal Dave. I'm like,
Don't you worry about that. And just go back a little bit. Jamie Fogg, have a great Christmas to you and the team, Robbie. Foggy, you and I have known each other for a long, long time, brother. I love seeing your success with your family up there in Townsville, mate. Thank you for the Christmas wishes. Thank you for following Axon. So, Dave, you can stage exit right now. And Noah, can you please bring in the rock of the business? He's as big as a fucking boulder rock, and his name's Damo. How are you, champion?
Hello, everyone.
you are our rock. And it was his birthday on Monday as well. So
44.
strip
Yep.
draw.
44. Yes.
We
I'm a
looked
year
it up.
older than I was last week.
I said, is that a bingo thing? Like legs 11? And he looked it up, 44, all the fours, strippy draws. And I was like,
Yeah.
no.
What'd you say, Luke?
And then the explanation is take your undies.
Take your undies. Yes, there you go. Damo, you've been with us for over, you're coming up on 4, it'll be 4 years in another few months.
Yeah, 3.5 years now.
A decent 3.5-year stint, mate. And certainly
Yes.
Some of the things that we've spoken about with Deb and Jason, Ange and Dave, you've literally lived and breathed the whole year as well, mate. Upon sort of reflection quickly, give us a bit of a snapshot about how you're feeling with 2022 coming to an end and you're going on your break.
Yeah, I think I was just reflecting on it just before I jumped on. And Simo, as usual, stole my thunder, everything that I was going to say. But
It's all right.
he does it every week. But it feels like the last 12 months has had the same amount of change sort of inserted into it as we've had in the last 2.5 years. So that's my time. It feels like it's, there's a couple of years worth of time that we've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Price rises, interest rates now, building delays, everything. It's been a year of change, and I feel like we're, the seas are starting to smooth out a little bit, and as we've said for the last couple of years, hopefully next year's a little bit smoother.
Yeah.
I was said that the other day. I said about that, and he goes, "Yeah, I think we've said that like this time every year." We're like, "Oh yeah, like
next year should be better.
should be a bit easier."
What else can happen?
But as you've heard me say many times in the office, and this is the optimist coming out of me, for every challenge that we face is an opportunity to grow and be grateful that you're facing the challenge, because when you pop out the other end a better person, if that didn't occur, you wouldn't be where you are now.
Right.
So certainly that's my tune. So mate, you have handled yourself in the utmost. Like we've got clients now saying, Damo, about how much you're a bloody legend. So every single client without fail doesn't enjoy working with you. They fucking love working with you, mate. You are an amazing guy from a composure, knowledge, experience, and just overall, that give a fuck factor that you have for everyone is unmatched in the business. So you're at the equal highest level of everyone, mate, which is amazing.
So for those that don't know, Jamo's right into his baseball. He's got a baseball on his desk, and the only way I know when he is going through a bit of stress is the ball gets higher and higher in the air, and because you just are the rock. You are so level and balanced, and nothing sort of gets to you. You're just very measured in all approach. But I will note there are some yellow balls now that
Yes.
they go flying across the room to tell you to shut up when he's on a call. So
Yeah, it's not safe to launch the real one.
Yeah, the softer ones.
Yeah.
Luke,
But,
Luke has it been in the office working with Damo? I know you've got a very close relationship with him as well.
I enjoy his immediate fault correction, which are those yellow balls. I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
No, look, mate, you are the office rock for a reason. Like, you are unshakable. Nothing is too hard. There's no challenge that is too difficult for you. You know, every single time something's landed on your lap that's a challenge, it's been taken in your stride, mate. And people take so much confidence when they can see people like you doing exactly what you do, mate. And it comes naturally to you. So, mate, thank you, dude. You've been an absolute contribution to the team like you have no idea.
Yeah, thanks, mate. And I think the trust that you feel from the clients, especially the ones as they come back around the second time, so they've gone through the whole process of building the house and getting tenants and, you know, whatever challenges they had to experience. They just the trust. If they want to ask you a question, they'll just reach out and ask it, and then they go, all right, yep, that all makes sense. Let's go and do whatever we need to do next. So
Perfect.
you know, and the joy that I get out of helping people get their property. I was thinking before we had Robo and Megs come through, we got their fifth one. You know, that's 5 since I've been here. You know, stoked for them, but also, you know, if there's a young single guy down in Sydney, just got through his second one this year. But then I'm just as happy for, you know, another young single guy who got his first one just today for the And it's
so many different stories and so many individual cases. Like, there's no clients the same. There's no two individuals that are in the exact same situation. It's great that all of our clients feel that we do although we have, you know, a process and procedure for everything, everyone is still treated as an individual and for their unique circumstance as well.
It's funny, we see people every now and then on other forums are like, well, these fucking Axon probably look a bit dodgy. All their reviews sound exactly the same. They must get in their mates to writing. I'm like, that's because the same fucking experience is had by all. That's why. Damo, just quickly.
I was like, oh God, we need some bad reviews for people to think we're legit. How dodgy is that?
Damo, just quickly, what do you want to say to the community, mate, as we go into the Christmas break period?
Yeah, maybe everyone gets to enjoy their time off, whatever that looks like. If they want it to be hectic and traveling and doing whatever they want, or if they just want to be chilled out and hanging around home, as Tammy said before. Hopefully everyone gets to do what they want to do on their time off and come back nice and fresh for next year.
Fantastic, mate. Top stuff, buddy. Hope you have a fantastic break, champion. All right, mate, you can stage exit right. Now, ladies and gents, let's break track for a little bit. This won't be a veteran coming to join us, but this lady has joined us for the last 6 and a bit months. For some reason, she slipped through the cracks and someone's approved her probation to now be lifted. So we've now got her for life. And this lady has come in and changed the face of our business. She's a bloody gun. She's a great communicator. She's got guns, moves tables around by herself with no bloody assistance. But she's a she's a great lady who loves delving right into contracts admin all the way through to land settlement and building approval. Come and join us, Shania. Hello. Look at those guns, mate. Give us a bloody show. Whoa. Jesus Christ, you're going to break the bloody internet. How are you, champion? Thanks for joining us.
I'm so proud of you for the last 6 months.
Thank you.
We've got a bit of a delay.
Yeah. It's all right, Shazza. How's your actually I call you Shanghai. How's your year been, mate? You have worked in other firms before Axon, but give everyone a bit of a sense. What's it like working in this really crazy, dysfunctional, amazing office space called Axon?
So it was a lot to do with obviously being a civvy, having someone that was so direct like Dave and the other veterans in the business. It was an adjustment. But I've found that I now prefer that. There's no beating around the bush. It's do this, get it done. And if you don't get it done, why do you not do it?
That's right. Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
And that is you know, when I am recruiting, I'm like, can they take feedback? Like, because you guys are direct and in brevity, but it never comes from a bad place, and it's always like for the best interest of growth and betterment for the clients or for you. Or and I think that is like probably like in addition to how far you've come in the last 6 months, like we had an idea of the role of supporting our property specialist team, but it really was a new role that we were creating because there hadn't been that person before. And it's hard to know what that role will look like when you are trying to create it and you really have made that your own and developed it so much that we now are like, okay, the coaches need one of you as well. We just need another Shania.
We are going to recruit another. Shania, what's it like when you're communicating with our clients and like, so you've got the veteran space in the business, but you're also talking to the majority of the time serving members of the ADF?
Yeah, I love it so much because everyone has their own stories. Everyone is unique. It's not just because you're in the army, you all have the same stories. Just because you're in the Air Force, you all have the same stories. Like everyone is different. And it is just so amazing to get to know our clients on that kind of personal level. Coming into 2023, I kind of want to get more like phone conversations with them over email because obviously it's very impersonal over email and my emojis sometimes don't cut it.
That's just your age coming through, mate. Luke, what about you, buddy? What's it like? You and Shania, in my opinion, have a very similar matched energy. When you guys are both on fire, the office is literally brimming to the top. What about you, mate?
I love it, mate.
Sorry.
As you know, RT and Tam was saying, you know, we didn't know what that role looked like, and us moving, you know, there's always that space for improvement. And then you came in and you were able to synchronize what it was that the team needed through with the skill sets that you had to bring to that team. And so, you know, it was clearly evident the value add that occurred immediately after you got your feet under the table and sort of, you know, the jigsaw puzzle fit. We could see the value add immediately. Like it was incredible. So, mate, well done to you, particularly. And I'm not being condescending when I say this, for someone of such a young age to be able to do that. Well done to you, mate. Well done.
It's always a risk, isn't it, Tam, when we bring a younger person into the business because, you know, we're all 30 plus and Shanghai, you're nowhere near that. And you carry yourself and, you know.
The maturity level is there, though.
It's really good. What do you want to say to the Axon community and specifically all those people you have had a really decent relationship with?
I just want you to all to have the best holidays, have a few bevies, and make sure you stay safe because I'll be annoying you about your savings.
Yes, you will. It's good, mate. I love it how you're so passionate to make sure that people stay on track. Like having a delayed gratification strategy is really good, but it does require some persistence. And as the famous saying goes, people are only going to do those things well that are checked by someone else. Guess who's checking your butt? She is. You are, Shania. I love it, mate. Thank you so much for joining us, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank
you have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Shania. See you tomorrow, mate. Can't wait to do that.
you.
Now, speaking about good blokes, this fella, we've been very, very fortunate to have James with us now for a good couple of years. Ex-IntCore background. There was a number of us that wanted an IntCore person to come and join us from many, many years ago. He brings a level of maturity, analysis, communication skills, relationship building, which is unmatched by many, many people, James. So please, mate, come and join us and welcome to the live Q&A.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm glad you're mate. That's good. There's a separate little chat going on in the background, ladies and gents. Make sure you got your shirt on, please. Put those bloody guns
Yes,
away.
that's right.
How are you, mate?
I'm like trying to give Noah the heebie-jeebies by saying, "Oh, I'll go get dressed then. Give me a moment." She's like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be running." That's all good.
You've got a nickname in the business from a Spanish perspective. You're James, but you go by the name of James.
Yeah.
Silent James.
As I think I got it because I'm probably the biggest HR nightmare in the office. I think. Maybe. I don't know. It's up there.
There's a few of you.
Yes,
There's a few of you.
You've been working with Dave, Damo, Shania in that property specialist realm, buddy, and certainly they've covered off on a lot of the technical traits of how this year's been so far. I know you've had varied, amazing, some wins, some losses on with some clients. Like you and I have coached some clients together, and they get a certain point down the track, and they do a U-turn and go a different direction. which is one of those things. But yeah, overall, buddy, how's your year been?
Fantastic. It's been, I was thinking about it before, and you asked a few questions to the other guys, going, what's biggest challenges this year? And I was like, you know what? I don't see any one of them as a challenge. It's all a learning curve, right? And yes, it's a little bit corny. It's no challenge. It's all learning curves, but it's honestly the truth. Like it's been really, really cool to see such, like it's been frustrating at times to see such a changing economy. Like Damo said before, so many things changing in the economy, builders, developers, interest rates, like so many things. But, with challenges become learning curves. And, it just makes it so much more satisfying when we do get people across the line through settlements and finance, and then the build's actually complete. Yeah, sure, there's hiccups along the way, but nothing is ever perfect, right? That's why we have, such an amazing team. But when things get, like when we see the end product and we see the success stories, it all just makes it so much worth it, because then you realize and you reflect how much work you put into sometimes more or less, but it's really good. I love it.
I think about, wow, like if they think they're having a pretty tough time, imagine doing this on your own. Like imagine if these clients were doing this on their own. Like this is with someone supporting you. Like I just think, wow, like I love what we do, and I love that we give that hand holding to clients, not just through the good times, but it's through the bad times as well, like when things are delayed and things like that, and having that point of call, but also the knowledge of what's going on in the whole industry, not going off what your one builder experience is.
James, one of the things you've done very, very well this year is given a heap of people some guidance on your experience doing a DVA or a med discharge transfer. So, mate, I want to publicly compliment you for that. Luke, your very, very recent experience is also currently in play for a number of clients as well. So how does it make you feel, mate, that you can just do that little bit of added extra, that sure, you're their property specialist and they don't come to us for a haircut, they come to us to buy a property. But oh, by the way, if them acquiring a property has got to do with some sort of separation, pension, DVA, whatever, of which you've gone through the whole process and got a very successful outcome, and rightly so, how does that make you feel, mate? Just, let our community know at your bones level what satisfaction you get out of that. I can't put it in words, to be honest. It becomes very emotional at times, on so many levels. And I've said that I've got so many people who I'm talking to with DVA and super and discharge processes. I love being in the position that we have so many interactions with the veterans community, where we can go, oh, hang on a minute, this is a really better way of doing it. This is what I've learned. And people are so receptive of that information. So, and we say this, I've said this a lot of times, like you'll never see it, on like, it's not what we do at Axon. It's not in our success packages. But as anybody, as a veteran, I would do it to any veteran, whether no matter what shirt I'm wearing, or if, you know what I mean? Like any veteran would give their shirt off the back to another one, or any other person at that. But it's really, really good to be in the position to be able to identify these, indicators and warnings where people are going through this situation. And I've actually changed the course of people's discharge process because of the information and the pieces of information that they provide. And I just started picking at it. Again, it's the intel side of me going, hang on, like you dropped a little cue there. Just let me just ask a few more questions about that. And then all of a sudden it just changed the whole mindset of people's discharge process, which I've loved. So well done, buddy. Fantastic.
You're right. It's not the Axon. That's not what we do. It's not advice. It's like it's personal experience, and it's only those people that have gone through those challenges, and you hear about it all the time. It is a challenge for a lot of people. So it's awesome that you're able to give your experience and what you went through to others. Good
on you, buddy. What do you want to say to the Axon community as we go into the Christmas period?
So to all the people who have been through a build, thank you for your understanding, your confidence, your undenying faith with Axon, with going through like a turbulent time over the last 12 to 18 months. You know, everyone's had their own differing levels, but the confidence there within Axon has been outstanding. So we love you all for it, absolutely. And to those who are not in the build process at the moment, the best time to do it is absolutely now. Don't be worried, like Dave mentioned before, about interest rates. And, yes, they're going to go up, they're going to go down. It's all based on that perspective. And please step back and have a look at the perspective of it all. So, yeah, see you in 23.
Don't try and time the market. Try and buy time in the market. That's right.
Well said, Luke. Fantastic. All right, James, off your trot, mate. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. Now, as we transition into the Build Support ladies that are going to come and join us, the amazing Caitlin, I love your hair today. Come and join us.
I think she might be with Fran as well.
Oh,
I
here we go.
I threw a curveball at you, Robbie.
Double trouble.
Yeah.
Two of the absolute greatest. Franny, I didn't realise you were going to be there at the same time. So, yeah.
And we got
Nat, she's on sick leave. We do miss her today. She couldn't be here, but we do have the rest of the amazing Build Support team here with us. So, how exciting that you're all up together.
Yes. How are you, girls? How was it like listening to everyone else go through the year? And Franny, if you don't mind, I'll sort of start with you. You've been with us. When did you start? Remind me. April. Yep. I know you've got vast experience in the corporate world across sort of other multiple global companies, quite frankly, and government departments. What's it like working in this crazy little space called Axon?
Unique. I can't describe it. You have to experience it. You can't. Even if you do put into words, like you only know the reality of it once you experience it. It's been amazing listening to all the teams speak and all the achievements that we have experienced this year, and seeing and trends in the market and the services provided and all the happy clients that have come along with us this year, and hopefully more in the next year.
Franny, your willingness to delve into it. Ladies and gents, Franny, and this is a compliment of the highest order, you're our data nerd. You love spreadsheet, you love Excel, you love exporting data, you love analysis, you love presenting the information. So you have really transformed, brought Axon's Build Support capability into the 2022s just based on your ability to embrace technology. Having you part of the team, you do have a funny accent, which we all get around every now and then. You're one of three people in the business that knows how to speak Portuguese.
I know.
So, yeah, mate, thank you so much for being here this year. What would you love to pass on? I know you've got such amazing relationships already. I think about the time you and I went out and met Greg Haggett at his house. Standing there rubbing the bricks. He was standing there rubbing the bricks, and he's like, Franny has been so helpful, Robbie. This is a guy I've known for 30 years. So that was my sort of first experience. What's it like communicating with the defence community as you take them through the process?
Good, but I'm also glad that I'm a veteran spouse. So I know exactly the language and what to expect. So yeah, it hasn't been that hard. And yeah, Greg's handover experience was incredible. For the first time seeing it, because I didn't see my properties handing over because I was somewhere else and I couldn't be there, but seeing that for someone else that we have helped get to that point, it was just so fulfilling, and no words to describe it.
Fantastic. Caitlin, can I come across to you crazy cat? Ladies and gents, when things are really loud in the office, so when the radio's playing too loud, we're like, hey Google, turn the volume down by 10%. When it gets a bit loud in the office, we're like, hey Caitlin, turn the volume down by 50%. So it's but mate, you're a firecracker. Your energy and your vibe and your quirkiness is fucking unmatched. You're a veteran spouse as well with James. What's it like? And you two sat in the chair of being a client of ours, and Amana and Franny. So you guys have really brought that level of perspective into the business that no one else gets in this whole industry. It's a very unique part of ours, is that we recruit clients to now come and wear the Axon shirt and have those conversations from a relatability perspective. It can't be matched, which is really great. Caitlin, how much do you love being an Axon?
Oh my God. It's just my family, and that's all I have to say. Fran said that she didn't get to go to her handover, but I fortunately got to go to my handover for my property on my birthday, which was next level.
But you know what? Just from that moment, I was like, oh my God, I've found myself a family. And I don't know if anybody's been on the lives with, you know, me or James or you before, Robbie, where we've all had a chat. I've always been like, this project that we're going on is just not for me. But then all of a sudden, here I am, and I built myself an investment property with James, and I'm now a part of Axon, and I fucking love it. Oh shit! Wait,
yeah, Caitlin was doing the homework for your process and risk, weren't you? You thought it was like a university test.
She was going to get marked on it, so she got up and studied.
I did. I still have that folder of like the process risk brief back briefs that I have. Like I've still got all my notes, everything that like I tried to beat you on all the like risks that I could possibly face with investing. And I think there was like one different.
What was James saying to you in the lead up? Don't fuck this up. Otherwise they'll say no. They'll sack us.
No. So James, that's it. And James was like, this is all on you now because like you're the one building the house. I'm going to be away. Like Robbie's wanting you to do this, not me. And then like I handed over my notes to like our friends who also joined Axon. So,
they're studying your notes.
Yeah, I'm like, get your own notes. Like, don't mine.
Yeah, talk about people that have been through the process before. Amana, you're our FNG. You're the fucking new girl.
FNG.
Yes,
yes, I am.
Been here for 6 weeks or so. How's it like now understanding what happens on the other side of the mirror, having, you know, your amazing husband Ryan, soon to be ex-Air Force officer. You guys went and built your own home down in Newcastle, went through that process, and then you got the opportunity to move into that house as opposed to just an investment. What sort of first impressions 6 weeks into Axon can you pass on to the community?
Absolutely. So I feel like I'm still in the whirlwind, transitioning from the safety net that is the ADF into the real world. But can I just say to anyone thinking about transitioning, and if you are a little bit scared, just go with your gut and go with your heart. And if you are lucky enough to find such a place as Axon, dive straight in. Like, just go with your heart. I felt so safe, so secure, just welcomed. And like Caitlin said, it really feels like a family. I'm not putting on my uniform and dreading going into work. I cannot wait to go in and talk to everyone. And I could just say I just love it.
Yeah,
I love spending time with you girls because my cheeks always hurt. But I'm laughing so hard.
May I say that Amana, since starting to work with Axon, she has improved our uniform with Christmas socks.
That's right. Yes.
I don't even know what that means.
So we're wearing Christmas socks together.
Okay, there you go. Luke,
yeah, I was just going to say I love the way that, you know, you girls in the area that you work in. I love the way you bounce off each other, the way you support each other. It's really incredible to see. You know, the guys over, you know, Damo and James and the boys and David and of course Shania. They've got their groove that they work in, and then I look over and you girls have got another groove that you are working. Not, of course, not separate. But you've just got your own groove about the way that you support each other. And every single one of you is so passionate about bringing what you are, the rubber, where the rubber hits the road. If a client has a shit experience, guess what? They're not going to come back and do. They're not going to come back to Axon. And so, you know, you girls are the coal face when the tough decisions and tough questions need to be sort of asked and discussed. So thank you so much for your dedication this year. Thank you so much for putting up with our lunacy. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, just quickly, Franny, you're probably the best person to answer this. Certainly when you came in, there were lots of delays. There were like 1 or 2 claims a week coming through. What's the sort of give everyone a bit of an understanding now about the tempo and like how quickly houses are being built now compared to 6 or 7 months ago?
It's definitely moving faster. And we have felt that in the past few weeks, you know, with me coming in April, you know, I had time to train and do my data analysis over a few months, but now it's more like go, go, go. There's just so much happening. And it's awesome to see the movement and know that our clients won't be waiting as long for a property at the end of it. Obviously, we can't guarantee anything. We don't know what's going to happen next, but it's definitely a trend that we can see very clear cut from the numbers that I analyze with my freaking the sheets analysis. But yeah, it's moving. It's moving.
Caitlin, what do you want to say to the Axon community, mate, as we move into the well-deserved Christmas break?
Listen, the well-deserved Christmas break for everyone is obviously just well-deserved, obviously. But the main thing about going through this is that regardless whether we have extensions, we have delays, we have a Christmas shutdown, regardless, the main thing about this is that, you know, your property is still there, it's going to be built, and it's going to be amazing on the other end. Because you know what? 2023 is going to be the year that is going to just skyrocket all, you know, progress for everybody's house. And it's amazing. I can't wait for it.
And we're going to be here on the other end, just doing all the checks, just, you know,
100%.
pedaling and make sure everything
We're the
goes
duck.
smooth. Yes.
I call these girls, and Nat included, I call them the swans. They're the graceful swans on the lake, and then under the water, their legs are like, but, yeah, you all, you know, hold yourself really to high standards yourself, but also you live our Axon way, and you treat our clients just so beautifully with so much care and love and empathy, and we couldn't have asked for a better field support team. And we I hope Nat feels better soon, and we love all of you girls.
Marna, quickly, this should be your first opportunity to say Merry Christmas to people that are still serving, that now you're a veteran. And there's about 10 clients you know in that 6 degrees of separation. What would you like to pass on to them and some of the others, mate?
So my first thought is for those deployed on ops over Christmas, please take care and thank you. It's such a sacrifice. You know, you're sacrificing your time, precious time away from family and loved ones. So thank you. And then to the broader defense community, just have a wonderful Christmas and stay safe. And thank you.
Luke, were you going to say something?
I was just going to thank you, ladies, for the hard work that you put in throughout the year and the continued dedication that you have.
Yeah, it's absolutely true, Luke. If someone has a poor build experience, they're not going to like, oh, but I really like the process brief today. No. It's thankfully, the amazing build support team we have really keeps the ticking over. Go for any final word.
Some people say, you know, the first impressions are the last, but in the build support is the last impression that's last. So it's the journey in the build support that will stick to the clients.
It's what counts.
And we are very, very proud to be.
It is. All right, girls, thank you so much. Off your trot. Have a great night. Noah, come and join us for the last couple of minutes, buddy.
Hi. She's representing our marketing team, Daniel's at his wife's Christmas party today, so we decided to make the call that he should not join us.
Can you believe it? He's in our party. Oh my God.
Join us. He goes, I'll be 10 beers deep. You don't want me.
No,
on
no. No, we don't.
No, from a pride perspective, I know you take such huge amount of care and everything that we do online, and you're the executive producer of everything on the back channel, and you have been for a couple of years now. What's it been like listening to everyone sort of reflecting here and community?
I'm just so grateful for the internet lord because I was like, you know, oh, hi, Ben. Thank you. And him to your favorite.
Benny's on fire tonight. Ben, I can see there's a message over there. I'll get back to you certainly, buddy. Soon. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, thank God it worked. So everyone got their chance. Almost everyone. Nat and James couldn't be here tonight, but everyone got the chance to say and wish Merry Christmas. So I'm pretty happy.
Daniel, James was here. Were you not listening to James?
James.
It's all right. That was the Brazilian. So Daniel's English name is James. Noah, without you, the marketing machine, the brand, the reputation, the TikToks, the reels, the posts, the success stories, everything we do online that everyone literally flicks through, whether they're a client or they're thinking about being a client, everything comes down to you. Luke and I wouldn't coach clients. Dave and the team wouldn't be able to find properties for clients and get their finance approved. And the girls certainly would not build clients if you can't find them in the first place. So thank you for everything you do.
And I wouldn't be able to employ all of them.
Then I would be frog marched from my third job. But anyway,
Am I getting a raise? Is this what you guys are announcing?
So no,
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Noah, give us a bit of an understanding. You don't come from a defense background, but I think the way you have embraced the defense culture and the community and the acronyms, like you say to me sometimes, especially when you're on the piss, you're like, I feel like I used to be in the military. Do you reckon I would have cut it being in the military?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder if I would be in the army or navy, or maybe I don't know.
And you say you speak 3 languages now: Portuguese, English, and ADF.
In ADF, 100%. Well, not all the time. I guess ADF is the hardest language to learn, to be honest.
All the acronyms.
They're always coming up with a new acronym, or like Rob is just inventing new ones. Yeah.
Thank you for your support, Noah. Like you're so supportive of me. You've always got my back. You're always making sure that the things we put out are on brand and make sure that Axon is very, very specific. I know you work very closely with Tammy in that space. All the work you've done with the award submissions, which of course have been amazing for us this year to get so much external recognition from all those national and global brands. You're the one that is. So when a brand reaches out to us and asks us to put a submission in based on the observations of our contribution to the community, guess who writes a submission? Not me, you. So Noah, you've done an amazing job this year. Yourself and Sophie that used to be with us as well. Like it's been, like to have an in-house marketing department is a real privilege for any business, let alone having an in-house marketing department that's headed up by you and run to the standard that you do. It's bloody amazing.
Yes. And also while we're here, a big shout out to Daniel as well, our videographer. Again, he's a machine at what he does. Yes. And I think it's like such a compliment to him is that we literally get in front of the camera and we know that if it's shit, he will tell us straight away, like to redo it, or he just cuts it and just makes us look good. And it's made us like have that confidence to just get up and do it and like not get nervous, not like, I know that he's got our best interests and he's going to make sure that it comes across what we're trying to achieve. So I know all of our clients and for our community can see how far our marketing has come, especially with you and Daniel. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us and also having our backs and understanding how marketing works, because we couldn't do and achieve those results if it wasn't for your support as well. So thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like the marketing part of the business in the forward client facing part of the business, it is the most seen, unseen part of the business. And what I mean by that is everybody sees the outcome of the work. Everybody sees it, but they don't necessarily see it from the perspective of, you guys in the marketing team doing so much work behind the scenes to make us look decent. And that's a big job. That's a big job to make Robbie and I look decent.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it really is.
Amazing. All right, team, we've gone over time a little bit. Noah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a fantastic break. Now, one thing I do want to stress quickly is that even though we will be downing tools from Friday lunchtime or so, if something comes up and you need us to unfuck, that's a technical term for help you over the Christmas period, just reach out to us. Yeah. We're going off comms, but we're not no comms. All right. I really want to make sure that you guys feel as if you are being supported no matter what's going on.
I'm not slave driving them, but they're all willing to do this,
Yeah, exactly.
Because we
Thanks
care.
everyone for being here. Thanks, Ken. Thanks, Benny. Thanks,
Merry
Sammy.
Christmas.
That has contributed. Thanks very much. Have a fantastic Christmas. See you all next year. We'll be back bigger and better. See you, team. Bye.